What's up, everybody? So, Convicting a Murderer airs on Daily Wire Plus sometime this week. The creator, Sean Reck, states it airs on September the 8th, while the Daily Wire Plus app still has it listed at September the 7th. Now, it's likely going to be one of those 2 days. There's been no clarification. I've asked. He has not responded. He has responded to a few other tweets, but he did not respond to what the air date is going to be. So maybe he doesn't even know either, because if the network is saying one thing and he's stating another, there's clearly a little bit of confusion there. Today is the 5th, so they'll likely get that sorted out in the next couple of days, I'm sure. However, there has been a lot of talk on what Convicting a Murderer is going to include in the series. Now, on Twitter, Sean Reck has stated what is not going to be included in the series. He gave a little hint. Someone asked, and I'll put it up on the screen for you, do you think they will address anything from season 2 of Making a Murderer? He states nothing from 2, which means he is not going to cover anything since Kathleen Zellner took over the case. Now, that could be for a couple of reasons. Either he looked at what Kathleen Zellner has put out there and is like, ooh, we can't refute or we can't go against anything that Kathleen Zellner has done since she has taken over the case, or he is hoping for his own season 2 of Convicting a Murderer, but is not guaranteed anything yet. Now, of course, they've got to see how the show does, see how many people watch it, see how many people engage with it online, see if it trends on Twitter, especially because the first episode is airing on Twitter/X on one of those dates. It is unclear which one it is going to be, but they're going to want to see how the show does. Do people watch it? Are people engaging with it? Are people discussing it online afterwards? And all of those things. And maybe he's hoping to get a season 2, and that's when he's going to go into what Kathleen Zellner has gone over. Or, like I said, they just can't refute anything Kathleen Zellner says. He also replied to a question, is there anything new in the documentary for people who already took the time to look beyond Making a Murderer? And he states, we believe so. That's a strong statement, in my opinion. We believe so. He didn't state absolutely there is, or of course there is, or yes, we have brand new information. Now, Making a Murderer originally aired in 2015, I believe, so it's been something like 8 years since Making a Murderer came out. There has been a ton of new information that has come out since Making a Murderer aired, especially since Kathleen Zellner took over the case. Now, if you are one of the people out there that looked beyond Making a Murderer and has kept up with the case since Making a Murderer, there's absolutely zero new information. In my opinion, I could be wrong. There's absolutely zero new information out there. If you have continued to follow all of Kathleen Zellner's new filings, if you have read Ken Kratz's book, Jerry Buting's book, if you have read Michael Griesbach's book, Sean Atwood's book, John Farrick's book, there is the likelihood of new information is not good. And if there was brand new breaking information, you would think that somebody would have covered it. Do you think that they discovered something that Kathleen Zellner never discovered, or that someone from the prosecuting team, Ken Kratz, didn't cover? You think if something came out that proved Stephen Avery's guilt, I mean, beyond the jury finding him guilty, you don't think Ken Kratz would have been all over the news with this information instantly? Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? But we believe so likely means there is nothing new, in my opinion. This is just all my opinion, and what does that matter? It doesn't mean anything. In my opinion, means that there isn't anything new because there isn't anything that could possibly be new. They're just going to go over everything from season 1 that has already been released. Now, I'm not saying it's not worth the watch. I am definitely going to watch it. I'm extremely interested to see the narrative and the spin on things that they put out there. They talk about how Making a Murderer put a spin on things. Of course they did. They were shooting for their own narrative. Convicting a Murderer is going to do the exact same thing. They're going to put a spin on things that is going to show their narrative. Every documentary that's ever been released has a narrative that they've gone through. That's the whole point of why the creators of the documentaries make them, because they believe something and they want to get their version of the truth out there, and Convicting a Murderer is going to be no different. Let me know what you think. So Convicting a Murderer airs sometime this week, the 7th or the 8th, depending on which source you go by. I'm going to go by the Daily Wire Plus, because that's the network, that's the streaming service that is actually airing it. So they likely know when it's going to go live, I would assume. Who knows? Maybe they don't know anything either. Let me know what you think. Leave some comments below. I hope you're having a good day, and I will see you again soon.